And finally, we have issued the resolution that will require the filing by the private distribution utilities of their confirmation, true-up and confirmation applications, or what we call the actual weighted average tariff applications of the various distribution utilities, similar to what Meralco has filed, that resulted to the refund order that was issued by the ERC earlier. Next slide, please. Insofar as the rulemaking, in addition to the rules governing the way forward for the reset for the private distribution utilities, we have promulgated the amendments to the net metering rules, so we can streamline further the application process for the net metering in compliance with the directives of the President as announced in the SONA. We have also adopted some rules that will simplify and speed up some of our processes with the adoption of the summary proceedings in various applications, category of applications filed before ERC, such as those for P2P or point-to-point CAPEX, over-under CPCN, and BSUP, or business separation and bundling. We have also adopted some amendments already to the customer choice programs rules that will make it easier for the applicants to a REST license to be able to obtain such license, so we can encourage the entry of more REST in our retail sector. Then we have also issued and adopted the amendments to our Section 43T guidelines, or the public offering requirement, and these guidelines or these amendments will actually prevent the discrimination of the smaller generation companies, because currently if the requirement is imposed indiscriminately on all the generation companies and distribution utilities, not all will be able to comply with the mode of compliance that is through the PSE listing, because not all of them are in possession of the qualifications to be able to publicly list. We have also several other various resolutions that we issued for public consultation, and we hope to be able to conclude our consultations thereon and issue these resolutions or amendments to these resolutions before the year ends. Next slide, please. So these are just some of our targets until end of 2025, and that will include the proposed amendments to the Philippine Grid Code and the JAP resolutions in support of the DOE's JAP auctioning, and the amendments to our CSP rules and the adoption of the ASPA rules. This pertains to the adoption of the outcome of the competitive selection process in the review by ERC of the power supply agreements filed before it. Next slide, please. So these are our major thrusts for 2026, for which we would be needing the budget that we are proposing now, and these are the major thrusts. We will continue to perform our mandate to set the rates of the distribution utilities and the NGCP. We will address the backlog by coming out with timely resolution of all pending cases. We will enhance our oversight and our monitoring of the competitive sectors. We will come out with decisions that are predictable and rational, and of course in the performance of all this, we shall have always the interest of the consumers in mind.
Chairman, before you continue, let me acknowledge the presence of Senator J.V.R. Sito.
Thank you. So next slide, please. These are the 5 major thrusts, and for our budget is a slight reduction from our last year's approved budget. Our proposed was 906 million, but the President's the NEP was slightly reduced to 905 million. Next slide, please. So that is a slight reduction owing to the reduction in PS budget. Next slide. So insofar as our utilization, we are trying to address this right now. We are already above 50% utilization, and this will further increase before the year ends because bulk of the unutilized budget right now of ERC is on consultancy. And with our recent adoption of the RRDWR to finally restart the reset process for the private distribution utilities, we shall be able to make good use of this remaining budget. And right now our BAC is already preparing for the procurement of these needed resources to assist us in our rate reset process, which we anticipate will happen with the filing by the first group, Meralco included, by January 19, 2026 of their rate reset applications. Next slide, please. So again, that is the utilization rate over the years. Next slide. And in terms of the revenues that we are able to earn out of the supervision and regulatory fees, including the penalties that we are able to collect on behalf of the National Treasury, we have already at present 1.3 billion remittance to the National Treasury versus our budget of 906. So we are actually contributing more than what we are being allocated as our budget. Next slide, please. So that will be all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Juan. Next will be Administrator Almeda of the NEA.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning. The National Electrification Administration hereby presents its fiscal year 2026 corporate operating budget as included in the National Expenditure Program of the government in the amount of 9,469,417,000. First, may we humbly present the NEA's recent accomplishments. NEA is primarily responsible for pursuing and implementing the state's rural electrification program to bring electricity even in missionary or economically unviable areas in the countryside through the electric cooperatives as its implementing arm. With the combined efforts of NEA and the electric cooperatives, the rural electrification program has reached its 16th million consumer connection in 2024. As of July 31, 2025, the data on the energization status of the franchise areas of the ECs shows that 79 provinces, 1,485 municipalities and cities, 36,067 barangays, 130,519 sitios, and 16.81 million connections have been provided with electricity. The NEA targets to energize its 17th million connection in December 2025. The NEA, currently in its phase 2 in situ electrification program, has already energized 10,270 sitios, equivalent to 54% of the 19,087 target, based on the master plan submitted by the EC's utilization rate for years 2020 and 2024 ranges. Utilization rate for years 2020 to 2024 ranges from 96 to 99%. Remaining balances of which consist of retention balances and savings, which will be further used for priority projects. For 2025, GAA projects are either in the procurement or construction phase. Nonetheless, we were able to energize 805 sitios as of September 30, 2025. For barangay line enhancement projects, the NEA already enhanced 34 barangay lines, sourced from the savings from prior year subsidy. For 2025 BLEP, projects are either ongoing, bidding, or implementation. Next slide, please. The NEA's new flagship program, which utilizes renewable energy, is the photovoltaic mainstreaming project. This project aims to provide electricity service to dispersed households where distribution lines are either physically or technically unviable for extension through standalone solar home systems. As of September 2025, 40 ECs are implementing solar home systems project, while 7 ECs implement installation of solar facility in public school buildings. Relatively, the NEA and DepEd entered into a memorandum of agreement to energize far-off schools that remain without reliable access to electricity, commonly known as the last-mile schools. The first energization ceremony under the program was held at Datu Saldong Domino Elementary School. This is the first out of the 295 planned projects under the last-mile school electrification program for the year 2025. The remaining projects are intended to be fully bidded out by the end of the year. In response to the clamor of member consumer owners, NEA promptly addressed the power crisis in Siquijor and Siargao. In compliance with the directive of President Marcos, NEA expedited repairs on power generation gensets and also facilitated the transport and installation of additional gensets from the Palawan Electric Cooperative to help secure electricity supply. Recently, the NEA, under the direction of DOE, facilitated the execution of an emergency supply agreement which will provide Siquijor with an installed capacity of 17 megawatts and a dependable capacity of 12.5 megawatts, well above the province peak demand. The NEA, in collaboration with Procelco and the new power producer, rapidly constructed, tested, and commissioned the new power plants to ensure reliable and sustainable power for the province. Likewise, power returned to Siargao, Bukas Grande Islands, which endured 13 days of blackouts after commissioning a 4-megawatt modular generator set. The generator set was part of the imported alternative sources of electricity delivered by the neighboring cooperatives to Siargao. Currently, Siargao secured approval from NEA for loan availment to finalize the construction of the new 69 kV submarine cable distribution line from Barangay Cagdianao to Barangay Doña Helen and Barangay Bagakay to Dapa in Surigao del Norte, and switching stations to address the overloading issue and accommodate the Siargao Island's growing power demand. Masbate was among the areas placed under state of calamity after Typhoon Opong. Through the Task Force Kapatid, we were able to restore the down 1,200 distribution backbone poles. In less than 19 days, we were able to restore the distribution backbone, and at present, household restoration is now at 80%. So we expect full household restoration by the end of the month. Indeed, the NEA Task Force Kapatid demonstrated relevance with its steadfast commitment to solidarity and prompt disaster response, especially during the onslaught of the 5 major typhoons in 2024, Julian, Christine, Marcy, Nika, and Pepito, which affected 22 electric cooperatives, while in 2025, Task Force Kapatid responded to Tropical Cyclone Emong, which affected 2 ECs. Tropical Cyclone Nando, which affected 1 EC, and Tropical Cyclone Opong, which impacted 4 ECs. Among NEA's other accomplishment, and as part of its commitment to leave no EC behind, the NEA has conducted competitive selection process for 19 ECs, both on off-grid and on-grid and off-grid, in accordance with the prevailing DOE and ERC CSP guidelines. Through these CSPs, the NEA has assisted cooperatives in securing stable and competitively priced electricity.